Welcome, everyone, to He Still Speaks Now Listen. It is a pleasure to be before you all today. I'm bringing forth another message from a series of He Still Speaks Now Listen. For those of you who have not went through all the YouTube videos, He Still Speaks Now Listen is about a gift that God has given me. I have the ability to look at things and bring forth thought-provoking messages from the things I look at. I want you to be aware of and take it for whatever purpose that you want and apply it to your life. Begin to think about the things that you think and trust that everything that you're hearing will be the truth. But you can do your own homework. Trust is the key. He Still Speaks Now Listen.org and also my YouTube channel, He Still Speaks. You can go there and look at the series of videos that I have, and they are very inspiring, thought-provoking from the things that I have done in the past. You can receive a message and an answer from the things that you need. The reason why is He Still Speaks Now Listen, that was given to me many, many years ago, because God is always speaking to us. We just have to be willing to listen, not listen based on what we want, not listen on who we should listen to, but listen for the truth and apply it to ourselves. I have no power to make you do anything. I have no power to make you accept anything that I'm saying. But all I want you to do is consider what you heard on this YouTube channel and apply it to your life and begin to share with other people. I have written many, many books, very thought-provoking books that can bring forth messages. This one, the first one I ever wrote, is You Always Have Snakes in Your Head. It's a thought that you think are like snakes. My last video, I talked about it, and a lot of things that I shared on my videos are in my book. The other books that I have written is He Still Speaks Now Listen. It's a compilation of parables with various things in the book, like Baby Got Back, Still on the Plantation Benefits Me, The Flag Who Landed in a Prison, How Can the Ocean Determine Who's on the Shore, many, many things, and Learn How to Pray Through the Mind of Christ. And Thug Desire is about a young lady who making a 5-figure income, who desire to experience the thug life. And the book deal with the inner battle within her. It takes place in her mind. It's very good. I recommend it to you. And BLM, the one I wrote based on my experience as a police officer, From the Eyes of a Cop, Black Lives Matter. You can be blessed from what you hear. Just take a look at it. This particular book is free on my website. You can go ahead and copy and paste it and share it. Or if you want a copy, a PDF copy, just please email me and I'll send you a PDF copy. You don't have to copy and paste it. Again, it is free. Also, I wrote a book titled Sexual Dating Relationships Come with Consequences. I wish I had that book when I was growing up, because I committed a lot of sexual relationship dating, and it did came with a lot of consequences, and I regret my action, and I ask God to forgive me for my behavior. And the last one I wrote so far is The Seed of Zeus. It's a good book also talking about, I describe this book, The Seed of Zeus, a book like you put it in a bottle and you throw it into the ocean and someone picked it up, open it up, and then wonder what happened to this country, how this country was formed, what happened in the meantime, and where is it heading, and look for a new beginning. Also, go to He Still Speaks Now Listen.org and scan the tabs, and you'll see the various projects that I'm working on. I'm working on one now. I'm still struggling with the title. I call it Escape from the Plantation. You Need a Deliverer. Again, escape from the plantation, you need a deliverer. My titles come to me spontaneously out of all about maybe 300 to 400 things that I've written so far. Only 3 things that I wrote that someone asked me to write. So all the other are spontaneous thoughts that pops into my head. I will write. Some things I'll put off to the side. Others I will just jump on to it. So there again, go to He Still Speaks Now Listen and receive. It will speak to you no matter where you are in your life. Every time you go back and pick it up and read it, or look at anything that I wrote, you'll be touched and you'll receive answers from the very things that I have bring forth to you. So this particular message I call Don't Play Their Card Game. It came to me when I was thinking about the things that we do, the choices that we make. It's like a card game. So I went to the local store and I bought a deck of cards. There's 52 cards in the deck. And on my Facebook page, He Still Speaks Now, I put a message on the title, Don't Play or Play the Race Game. It's showing you, it's very inspiring, thought-provoking, make you think, make you consider your own action. Do you want to play other people? Do you want to play in a card game of life? So never allow a person to pull you down into their level. You would behave as them. Never allow a person to pull you down into their level because you will behave as them. Acknowledge your thoughts, acknowledge your behavior, take responsibility, and play the hand that you're dealt with. We all are born into this world with a hand, spiritually speaking. We all are born into this world with a purpose. Some people recognize that they have a purpose, as other people don't, and they just die and never fulfill their purpose in life. I mentioned before, if you died tonight or tomorrow or anytime soon, how would you want to be remembered? Will people remember you by the things that you have done to cause them to change their life? Or will they remember you as a person that live a lifestyle that's not godly? You today have a choice to play the game of life in someone else's hand or play the cards that you are dealt with. The card that I'm speaking about is the spiritual cards, the thoughts that you and I think can be infinite. 52 cards in a deck, but in our mind, we have infinite amount of thoughts that can be like a card. And we must resist anyone evil card game. We must resist the card game. What I mean by that, when someone walk up to us, friend, family, or whoever, want us to do something, we must consider, should I play their game? Should I really play their game? Or should I think about what they're asking me to say or do and then deny myself the opportunity to be involved with something that doesn't smell good? You must consider every thought that pops into your head. We must begin to tear up those mental thoughts, those mental cards of seductions and temptations. 52 cards in a deck, unlimited amount of thoughts in our head that's constantly shuffling around in our mind, wanting us to play, wanting us to do things, want us to do things, want us to do things, want us to say things that we know that's not right because our parents have raised us and taught us the right thing to do. And of course, some teenagers today say, well, you know what? I'm old and I can do what I want to do. I got more experience, even though you got 50 or 60 years of experience over me, because I know what happened to me. I can control it because that was back then, but now it's now. No, my dear, I said it before. Every sins, everything that we do come with a consequence. Everything that we say come with a consequence. We may not experience it in our lifetime, but our children or their children will experience what we have done, as I mentioned in one of my messages about the thing about the ancestors. So we must fight off those thoughts that cause us to fall into temptation and seduction and begin to say, you know what, I'm going to shuffle my hand that I'm dealt with and begin to see how I can help someone who's less fortunate than me. You may have all the money, that what you consider in the world, property, a house, a car, or whatever, and that's fine. But always ask yourself, how can you help someone that need help? Don't help anyone, but ask God, who can you help? Who should you help? And if you help them with a good motive, not what you should get in return. So fight off those thoughts that are deceiving you to believe that you must do something. Seek the help. Don't be a joker in someone's card game. Don't be a joker. I remember saying, you joker, man, you kidding, you playing around. Be serious. Don't let someone play you like a joker. Don't let someone use you for their purpose and then talk about you behind their back, your back. Begin to question yourself. Are you a joker in someone's hand? Are someone playing you as a joker, deceiving you to believe a lie, deceiving you to follow their own self-interest and give you a little bit of crumbs to make you feel happy? Don't follow someone that want you to be a joker. Recognize that you have a purpose. You have a debt that was dealt to you. You must play the hand that was given to you. We all must think and realize that we must dig into our own thoughts. We must dig and say, who am I? I am an ace of spades. We know the spade term can be used in a derogatory manner to insult people, but I want you to think clearly. The thought that we think can be like a spade. What is a spade? It's a shovel that digs up things. It's a shovel that digs into the earth to put dirt here, put dirt here, or put a plant or something. So when we dig into our mind, we spiritually speaking, digging our spiritual spade into our mind to say, what do I want to do today? What should I do today? What should I not do today? We are what? Don't let someone come to you and allow you to be their dirt, spiritually speaking, and they dig within you, hurt you with the words that they say, the choices that they want you to make, and make you feel guilty when you say no. Don't allow people to dig into you and make you feel bad, and because of the pressure, you just give in. Begin to stand up and say, you know what? I refuse to let you dig into me. I refuse to let, and thank you. The thought that we think, the words that we speak is like a spade. And how often have we heard things from people that make us feel good, and they constantly dig into us and they won't let it go, and they won't let it go. They'll say they forgiven us, and they constantly keep beating us up over the head. Don't let someone keep digging into you as a spade. I mentioned we must recognize that we are a diamond. Spiritually speaking, we are a diamond. A diamond, when it's found, must be carved, must be shaved, must be carefully constructed in such a way, because if you do the wrong chisel or whatever, you can crack it and destroy it. Look at yourself as a diamond in the rough. Who is going to shape you? Is it going to be your card game that you dealt with, or someone else's card game that you're playing in? Don't play their game. Don't play their game. Trust that what you are doing is in the right and in the best interest for yourself and for others. Be a diamond where you are carving, you are chipping here, you are chipping there. You don't want to do this, you don't want to do that. You say, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. This is not me, this is not me, this is how I was taught. I'm going to chip away those things. And when you see someone coming to you with a spade, you recognize that they want to chip and form you into their image, and then you become the very thing that they are. You're not what you are. You attract what you are, not what you want. And let me touch on this. You ever went into the mall or anywhere and you see a nice looking young lady or a nice looking young man, and you say, that seems like an odd couple, and you wonder why they're together? Or some women I've heard, and people say, I want to meet a thug guy, a guy that lived off the fast life, who's in the street. That woman and that man will never be together if they're not thinking the same thought. You attract what you are, not what you want. If you're in a relationship and that person is causing you problems, it's not them, it's you. You have attracted them to you because it's the very thing in you. Because if you was not into a thug boy or a thug girl, or the life of crime, the life of smoking marijuana, whatever you can think of that's bad to you, then you meet someone and they start doing it, and you start doing it. You say, oh, they made me do it. No, they did not make you do it. You had it already in you. They just prime it out of you. You attract who you are, not what you want. We must begin to call into question, should I be someone else's diamond in the rough, or should I carve my own diamond? Because we all have a potential. We must recognize that we have a God-given ability to be whatever. No matter what kind of lifestyle you're living right now, you can make a change. You can make a difference. You must first have to ask for it. You must ask for help. And some of us don't want to ask for help because we feel, because of pride. We don't want to ask for help because we are ashamed. We don't want to let the person know that we have issues and we have problems. I have met a lot of people over my lifetime that had problems, that had issues, they killed themselves. They pulled the trigger and they killed themselves because of the problem. They didn't want people to know what they was experiencing. So don't deny how you feel. Never deny how you feel. There's nothing wrong with saying, I feel bad, I feel sick, I feel this way about this person. The problem is when you don't deny, when you refuse to confess that you have bad thoughts towards someone, then those very thoughts, because they are thoughts and they have spiritual thoughts, and they have words and they have energy, those words and thoughts will go out into the spiritual world and can cause problems in your life and to other people's lives. So begin to question and call into question the thoughts you think. Seek the truth. Seek the truth as into what you want to be. Don't be a joker in someone's card game. Begin to trust that you have a purpose in life. And when you deny the truth, being in denial block the truth. Our emotions block the truth. When we refuse and we go about what we think, feel, want, and believe, we block the truth from getting in. Begin to take your spiritual spade and begin to dig up all those negative thoughts, all those things that were said about you when, just like mama say, you never amount to nothing, you just like your daddy, you so-and-so. Those are seeds, those are thoughts that's constantly be reminded of the person. Those are thoughts that have been spoken on that person. They can be curse words that cause and could affect that person for a long period of time. Don't play the emotional card game of someone else. Begin to trust that you have a purpose in life. You have a purpose. You have to decide to shuffle those thoughts in your mind that's not good and throw it out, throw it to the table, the mental table, and deny yourself to not to be a club. Because when you allow someone to beat you over the head constantly with the things that they say, it's like playing their game. And they're taking a club, which is their words, and they're constantly beating you on the head. They're constantly reminding you about what you have done, what you need to do, what you won't do, but begin to trust that you are responsible for whatever you do in life. It can be good, it can be bad, but you are responsible, not the other person. If we are in control of what we do, we can't make other people do what we want them to do. We must do the right thing, regardless of whatever the choices that they make. Play your hand that you were dealt with, not the card game that's been. Because when they come to you and they have the hand up like this, you don't know what card will come out. It may be the eight of club, and they're going to beat you over the head. Or you're going to recognize that you have a heart, and your heart is your mind. You're not going to follow up on the spade thinking. You're not going to follow up on being beaten up with the club. You recognize that you are someone. You have a purpose. Begin to look in the mirror. For those of you in the sound of my voice or come across this website, this is your day to make a new beginning. A new beginning and say, you know what? I'm going to be the diamond that I was meant to be. Yes, I don't see a diamond. Yes, I experienced stuff. My mother, my father abused me. My mother and father broke up. I have a dysfunctional family. Yes, that may be true. But recognize that you can make a difference. Be the spiritual diamond that you ought to be. Seek the truth from others. Begin to question yourself and say, you know what? I can make a difference in my life. And when I make a difference in my life, I can make a difference in someone else's life. Because I'm not going to be clubbing up someone, beating up someone because someone else hurt me. That person may have hurt you in the past, but don't hurt someone else because of what someone else did to you. Begin to say, I'm going to throw away the club. I'm going to put it off to the side. I'm going to recognize that I'm a diamond. I have a purpose, and I'm going to do it because I know I have a heart. And my heart is a heart of compassion, not only for myself, but for the better man, for the man on the street that I do not know, for the person that I walk by in the store, in the library, driving the car. I'm going to be friendly regardless. Yes, good evening, good morning, how you doing? Thanks for asking. Regardless if they say anything, I'm going to begin to exercise my mind and refuse to play the card game of someone else that want to deal to me. Hey, let's take a club. Hey, let's do a club. Hey, be my heart, be my love. No, I'm going to be the person that I'm meant to be. So begin to question yourself. Who hand are you playing at this moment? Are you playing the hand that you have dealt with? Have you been deceived in thinking that you're playing your hand, and you only found it out to now that you're playing the hand that someone else is dealing to you? Wake up, wake up. Look at the things around you. When things happen, all of a sudden, all over the country, all over the world, did it happen overnight? No, it's been planned. It's been planned. Don't be a spade. Don't be an ace of spade in someone's deck of hand that they playing to you. Don't allow them to dig into your mind and cause you to behave like a joker. No, begin to trust in what you feel is best for you. We become, we become lost and alone from our ungodly thoughts. We become lost and alone from our emotional card game. We playing someone else's hand, not our own. We playing someone else's hand, not our own. Brings confusion, uncertainty, not sure what I'm to do today, what I'm doing I should not be doing. When we are playing someone else's hand, we have to wait till they deal us some money, some cigarettes, some alcohol, some sex, fornication, homosexuality, gambling, stealing, robbing, breaking someone's house, raping, whatever you can think of. When we allow ourselves to accept those thoughts and we don't rein them in and fight them off, then we become the very thing that has been tossed into us. Have you ever done something or say something, you wonder where it comes from, and you realize that you never acted and responded that way until you start hanging out with a particular person? Either you're going to change them or they're going to change you. Find out what is your problem and seek the truth. Find out what is your problem and seek the truth. Take responsibilities for everything you say and do. Don't become a victim playing someone else's card game and then you blame them. You have to be the one to sit up there and say, give me a 10, give me a 9, give me an 8. I have ace of club, I have 21. Whatever game you're playing in life, you are the one have to decide. Don't play someone else's hand card game of wickedness. Don't be deceived and steal. When you steal, you'll be stolen from. When you hate, you will be hated. When you murder, you will be murdered. When you deceive, you will be deceived. People of the same minds attract each other's. People of the same mind attract each other's. It's not a physical thing. I gave this in one of my books, I think. A neighborhood. Take any neighborhood that you can think of. Take all the people out, the houses, the cars, and everything over there. What defines a neighborhood? What makes a neighborhood? You bring the people in. We're going to, for example, the left hand is the bad side and the right hand is the good. If you bring good people in a neighborhood, people are going to be living a nice, decent, calm type life. You bring in the evil side, you have drug, gambling, shooting, a whole different lifestyle in that neighborhood. What changed? The houses are the same, the cars are the same. It's the mind of the individual have moved into the neighborhood. In order for the neighborhood to change, in order for a community to change, the person's thoughts must change. You must change the way you think. And when people of righteousness move into a neighborhood, and the neighborhood has the other side, it's going to be a constant clashing back and forth. Two things are going to happen. The good people are going to move out, and more bad people move in. The bad people move out, the more right people move in. It's a spiritual battle, constantly like a tug, a rope, a tug and walk. It's a spirit. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to accept it. You might think what I'm saying is crazy, but guess what? You are a physical person. You are physical. You are in a physical body. But what defines you is your thoughts. You can determine where a person, you can determine what spirit is manifesting through that person by their actions and what they say to you. They can say, I love you, I care a great deal about you, but it's the spirit that reveals the truth. We are a physical body. We have a physical body. It's the spirit that is ruling us. Refuse to play the hand that someone is dealing to you. Play the hand that you was born with. You may not be gifted to be a basketball player, but look at the card game that you are playing. Begin to look into your mind and shuffle those thoughts and say, Mom, Dad, Grandmama, whoever, look at your past, look at your history and say, you know what? I can be what my grandmother was, my father was, my mother was, my great grandparents were. I can be someone, a doctor. I can be a president of the United States. I can be a congressman, a governor. I'm going to shuffle my cards that was given to me when the doctor spanked me on my bottom and I cried out. So begin to cry out for the truth. Cry out and ask yourself, who card game are you playing? Because the card game you're playing may be a card game where you will die from, or spiritually speaking, slowly die. So play. Our thoughts create the neighborhood. The thoughts that, and think about any neighborhood, like I mentioned, think about any neighborhood that you can think of that there's a problem. Crime, shooting always happening every day, every week. Why? Because it's the thought of the individuals in there. And in order for those community and neighborhood to change, good thoughts must be propelled onto that neighborhood. Not the houses, not the physical cars, but the person that's in the neighborhood create the environment. Begin to say, I'm not going to allow myself to be someone else. I'm going to trust the hand that was given to me. The hand that was given to me, I'm going to trust. And I don't know what call come up next. I'm going to be a person that fight off those thoughts. If I have to take a spade and beat it down and pat it down in the dirt and dig it up, then so be it. If I'm going to recognize that I'm going to be clubbing, I'm beating somebody over the head with my thoughts and refusing to forgive, and so I will never forgive and I will never consider my behavior, then so be it. If you are a person who say, you know, I have a heart, I have a mind, I'm going to start doing nice, begin to make a new beginning in someone's life, then you are on the road to make a good choice and help others. If you are an individual to say, you know, I'm going to be a diamond, I'm going to recognize when I look in the mirror, I'm see something that has not been carved out yet. And they're going to take time. With every operation, there's pain. I'm not going to be a joker in someone's life. I'm going to be the person I'm called to be. And I said in a previous message, You Always Have Snakes in Your Head is my first book. And I use a little illustration to try to bring people say, I'm afraid of snakes. I'm afraid of snakes. Are you really afraid of snakes? I said, nah. Why I say that? Because the snakes that you think of are the thoughts that you think. This is a play of snakes. It has no power over me. It's a toy. But the same thought that I think are like snakes in my head. It can hiss and it can bite me and cause me pain. And I will slowly die spiritually and physically. Some of us still are holding on to our snakes. We have let it hang around our neck like a badge of honor. And we go out there and do the things that we know that's wrong. And we are responsible for this constant biting that we are experiencing. We are biting ourselves by the thoughts that we think, not the other person. Begin to grab that snake and pull it off of your mental mind and neck and say, I refuse to accept this thought that's giving me problems. I refuse to accept your thoughts. I'm going to be the person I need to be, because right here, whoever controls this is a model of the brain. Whoever controls the mind, control the individual. If you align yourself to be playing someone else's card game, they are controlling you. Spiritually speaking, when you allow yourself to be blinded by spiritual, when you allow yourself to be blinded by emotions or what you think, feel, want, and believe, you're going to become the very hand that someone have dealt you. Begin to call into question and say, you know what? I don't want to be constantly fighting myself in my mind. I don't want my mind to constantly be bitten over and over and over and over. I'm going to put it away. I'm going to separate myself from this evil emotional thoughts that want me to do something wrong. Again, begin to call into question, who card game are you playing in? Who card game are you playing? Are you playing the hand that you have been dealt with from the date of birth? Or have you allowed someone to shuffle you, your hand, and they are the one in control, and you never win? It's like going into a casino. No matter how much money you spend, you might win $4. You may win $21. But if you keep playing, you will lose, because the house is always programmed to win after a certain amount of money taken in. Call into question the hand that you are playing today. I thank everyone for listening to this message. I hope that it's been inspiring, make you think, not make you, but that you will consider that what you heard, a little bit of it is you. You know, because what gets us in trouble, we don't want to admit that, you know what, I am doing something wrong. I admit it all the time. I'm a sinful person. I've done a lot of things that I'm not pleased of. But I recognize that I got older, that I can't keep doing this, because it will eventually find me out and I can die, spiritually and physically. And if I die physically, I want to be remembered. And what have I done for someone that touched their life? I met this young lady told me, when you meet someone every day, what impact did you make on that person? Did they learn from you? Or did they learn from you? Begin to call into question, what hand are you playing? Begin to recognize you are a diamond in the rough. You're not someone joker. You can play your own hand and recognize you're not going to be clubbing and beating someone up with their thoughts and allowing someone to beat you up with their thoughts because of selfish reason. People are jealous for you for various reasons, even though they might have more than what you have. But begin to recognize that you have a heart and a mind, and you want to do the right thing. The right thing. The right thing. Thank you again. Visit my YouTube channel and look at all the thought-provoking, encouraging messages that was given to me called He Still Speaks Now Listen. I'm promoting my book, which I just did, on HeStillSpeaksNowListen.org. If you haven't ordered your copy, please do. You can go to Amazon.com and put the title after you review them on my website. And Amazon has this feature where you can scan through the books. If you want a copy from me and you want me to autograph it, get in touch with me. I have a contact information. If you'd like to discuss anything that you heard on my YouTube channel and on my Facebook channel, please feel free to email me. And if you have a thought-provoking message, if you have a message that you want me to put on my blog site, feel free to email it to me. I'll put it on there. Let it be encouraging, inspiring, that people can learn from. I don't want to hear anything about they did this to me. What can someone benefit from what you experience? Because everyone has a story. I recall many, many years ago in my adolescent elementary school days, I had a thought, and I call it, which I'm not going to reveal yet, it's titled OPM. OPM. And I had this idea on my mind as far as I could remember. And I think I go way back when I was going to high school, junior high. And I'm going to bring it forth, another platform of bringing forth my gift that's given to me. I have been guilty of not doing anything with the gift that's been given to me. I must go out there and not make myself known. I can't make myself known. I'll just go out there and put it out. So if you enjoy what you heard and you like what you heard, please share with other people. Allow them to be touched by the messages you heard. It may not be for you at this time. It may be for them. But give everyone an opportunity to hear. If you like what you heard on YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel and always visit it, because I will put messages on there maybe once a week, or as the Lord lead me to share with you something that He has spoken to me from the things I see. Again, to you don't have snakes in your head. Whoever controls the mind controls the body. Begin to allow those good thoughts control this. And don't let someone else play the hand that you dealt with. Thank you, and may God bless.